You know, growing up, James Earl Jones has been a major part of my life. Now, one of the first movies I saw him in was Coming to America. He was a very entertaining, stereotypical African dad, at least for back then. What I didn't know as I got older that he was the original voice of Darth Vader. And growing up, I was a really big Star Wars fan. I always just joke around and say I identify more with the dark side compared to uh, the Jedi light side, right? And to this day, I would say I still would. If I was anything, I'd probably be more of a quote unquote great Jedi. I just never could get behind the whole entire light side Jedi philosophies and things of that nature. It's too one sided. You got to have passion and love in life. But yet, Darth Vader wouldn't have been nowhere near as iconic without Mr. Earl's voice. Because the original actor was a very tall white guy. And I remember I found footage, I should have put it in here, of him trying to be an intimidated Darth Vader, and it didn't work. It didn't work at all. It was comical. So, of course, they went ahead and got James to went through the voiceover, which I don't think really nobody knew about that. Because I remember people used to joke around for the longest time that Darth Vader is black, Darth Vader is black, and then when we found out the connection between Luke and Darth Vader, we were all like, how? That doesn't make any sense. Well, it turns out how is because it was just a voiceover. And then the other movie that I remember him in from my younger years was The Lion King. And The Lion King was the first movie that I can honestly remember saying that I cried at when Mufasa died. I remember I always held a special place in my heart for Mufasa, even up until now as an adult. I still remember, what was it, about a month ago, Disney said that they're going to have I guess, a prequel to The Lion King, where it shows Mufasa and Scar as kids, and seemingly Scar is the true heir, and Mufasa is the one that really shouldn't belong. Um, so somehow Mufasa took Scar's place when it came to be in the line of the throne. And I remember thinking to myself, y'all can't do Mufasa dirty like that. Because Mufasa was the wise king, uh, the man who taught lessons, who treated everybody equally. And it was just that powerful voice when you heard him talk. It made you want to respect Mufasa. So as we go on and move on with time, we see that, hey, you know what? Mufasa really wasn't supposed to be king. It was really Scar. So that's why Scar went ahead and killed him. And that is just some crazy stuff if you really think about it. And then, another one is The Sandlot. Now, The Sandlot is a very interesting one because I still remember at the end of the movie, it showed the blind guy that everybody was so afraid of, which is James Earl Jones. And he was just a nice guy. He actually traded on baseball. I also discovered that he did a Broadway play of Fences, the iconic role that Denzel Washington, where he was pretty much, people would majority say was a horrible father. However, the snippets of the play I seen of James Earl doing it, you'll see a man that made that role um, more of an empathetic, stern father compared to Denzel's version, to where it is seen like it was just a man who was always trying to put his son down. It's the delivery. I mean, both actors did an incredible job. they both pulled out different emotions, and it's always interesting how you can give two actors the exact same dialogue of words, but then when they perform it, it gives you two completely different reactions of who they are and what they're trying to convey in that particular moment. So, I don't know. And I can't be really sad about it because unlike all these young rappers who are just passing away because they're doing the most ridiculous stuff out here known to man, uh, Mr. James Earl Jones lives, I think he was 93. I think I read he was 93. So he got to live a very long, fulfilling life and probably got to have more memories than a lot of those 25, 26, 27-year olds who are passing away. He was largely unproblematic. You haven't heard any negative comments about him, unlike Morgan Freeman, because there are two black men whose voices you is automatically recognize, James Earl Jones and Morgan Freeman. And with Morgan Freeman, it's one of those situations, a very powerful, majestic voice. He always plays God in a lot of movies. But unfortunately with Morgan Freeman, you hear a lot of SA accusations when it comes to him. With James Earl, you haven't heard anything. This man just acts, lives his life, and a very unproblematic man, and that's a very rare thing in this environment we have today. It's one of those things I kind of wish I would have got to meet James Earl Jones. A talented man, a talented actor who lived for almost a century. It's one of those things that, we always say we should give actors their flowers while they're alive. But truthfully, how many of us really think about them while they're alive? Like, for example, if you gave James Earl Jones a Lifetime Achievement Award, I don't think nobody would really argue that he doesn't deserve it. But for some reason, we don't ever think about that. We're too sidetracked and distracted by BS. Like Kanye West mental rants, Sexy Red's whatever ratchetness she's trying to put out there, like her syphilis lip gloss, which I think is disgusting. Or Nicki Minaj's husband and his stuff. It's like we get so distracted by BS as black people. And when it comes to our legends, our icons, the people that paved the way for us to see different types of black people in Hollywood and on screen, they are largely ignored. Anyways, this is just a short one. I've been meaning to say something about this, but it's just, what can you really say about a man that impacted your life? I mean, your childhood. I mean, Darth Vader wouldn't be Darth Vader without James Earl Jones. Mufasa wouldn't be the king that everybody respected and liked without James Earl Jones. If you gave that role of Mufasa to anybody else, nobody else could pull it out. The only person that might be able to, maybe, would be Morgan Freeman. And, it's just, we really got to get rid of these people that just don't do anything for our community, don't set any type of examples. But the people who do, they are largely ignored. Anyways, I'm pretty much done. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't, or if not really watching this time, just listening to me talk. A little bit of a ramble, but you guys have a good day. Thank you.